I have a question from a commenter whose sister is accusing her of fraud. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. This commenter says, I have helped to raise my sister. We are 12 years apart and have taken care of my mom, who is mentally and medically ill. When my sister turned 18, she was supposed to be taking care of my mom. However, she left and got her own place with her girlfriend slash wife, which she was there for when she became ill, but she did the bare minimum for my mom when my mom gets sick. Now that she no longer has her wife, she went to live with her dad. When she got better, my sister is now on her own, and she called the state saying that I committed fraud because she now wants to be my mom's provider since she doesn't have a job. And I guess she has a makeup business, is slow. And she called me a narcissist and took away my mom's phone. I raised her and gave her everything I possibly had, and now she hates me. Why? Well, um, you know, thanks for asking this. And this is one of those things that happens a lot, but people don't really talk about as much. And that is the dynamic that happens with family when you have someone who is sick or dying. And I'm not saying your mom's doing that, and I'm not putting that out there, but I'm just saying that I've seen this dynamic a lot when you have siblings that are fighting over access to certain benefits, or there is some sort of potential monetary gain. A parent is, that taking care of a parent provides. And I got to tell you, money will make people do strange things and turn into people that you've never seen before. What I hear coming from you are two different things. One, I gave up my life to raise my sister and to care for my mom, and my sister got to go on and live her life. So I don't know you, but it sounds like there could be a little bit of resentment there on your part for your sister going out and doing her own thing while you sort of have been a surrogate mother to her and to your own mom, or caregiver, however you want to look at it. So for you, there could be a sense of like, you need to bow down and respect what I've sacrificed, not only for you but for mom, right? So there could be that coming from you. And your sister, who has lived her life, is now coming back and saying now, hey, I want a part of it. You, just because you've been here doesn't mean that you should be the only one that gets to reap the benefit. Maybe now I want to reap the benefits. And, being what do you go, in-home support services worker, family members can get paid to do that. And so it sounds like that is now what she's trying to do. Now, having that said, it doesn't matter if one of you lived your life and came back versus if one of you stayed. Children are not required to take care of their parents. It does not make you a bad person or less than if you choose to go on and live your life. And if one person stays, albeit a lot of times in this dynamic, it creates resentment because one person feels like, hey, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. So there is that dynamic. There's sort of that undertone of what I'm hearing from you, and I don't know if that's playing out with you or your sister or not, but if I had to take a stab at it, it sounds like it might. There also now is the question of her reporting you for fraud. Again, I'm not sure what that's about or what she's reporting you for, or if she has a legitimate case for that. But if she does, the state will hear that. And I think it's something that probably could be worked out if the two of you have a conversation. If you get to a space where you're able to have a conversation and work out some sort of agreement, when there's money involved, or one person stands to gain a monetary benefit and the other one doesn't, then people start to look at that with animosity. Whether or not you did things on the up and up or not, people just start to feel a way like, oh, you're making a profit, you're getting all these benefits, or you're handling the will or my mom's bank accounts or her estate, and now you have access to all this money and funds that I am now being cut out and shut out, and I didn't know that this was something that could be done, and you purposely didn't tell me that. That's kind of how people can look at it. I'm not saying that's true, or I'm not saying that's what you did. I'm just saying that based off of my experience in working with families in this predicament, this is something that people fall out about. I don't know that I would go so far as to say that she hates you, although it could certainly seem like it. I would just say it like this. There is a resource that your sister wants to tap into and wants access to it. You're in the way of her being able to do that. If there is some substantiation to her claim, though, of fraud, she definitely wants you taken out of the way, and she's going to do anything and everything underhandedly to get you out of the way so that she can get access to that. So, it may be in your best interest to talk to an attorney, see what your rights are, explore your legal options, because Dr. Jones is not an attorney, but you may want to explore your legal options and get some things into place. If that's something that you want to do, if you want to take on your mom's caregiver, you need to recognize that one, you are making a choice, and two, you are taking legal steps in order to do that. And so once you do that, you really don't need to become open to conversations anymore. But it sounds like the gloves are off, and she's gonna do what she feels like she needs to do in order to get access to the resource, aka money. So I want to wish you well, and I want to, I hope that everything works out for you. I'm sorry that this has happened, but it's not uncommon that siblings and family members fight over these sorts of things. So there's a whole community of people that have these very same or similar challenges. Hope that helps. Thanks so much.